Good morning, my friends. It's a great day to be alive. I want to give a shout out to my friend Jenny. She made me road ready with my cool mask. Somebody already had to face me looking like this today. That is scary. My glasses are fogging up. I look like an armed bandit or something, so I'm going to come real here. So, I am on the road, and you guys get a road trip version of me. Do you know that this proverb says it's the kindness of God? No, that's in Romans. It's kindness of God that leads to repentance. Repentance means a change of mind. It's the kindness of God that leads us to change our minds about a lot of things. And also, there's a psalm that says something to the effect of, "He who gives to the poor lends to God, and He'll surely repay it." And we tend to really have a concern for the poor in some level, and I usually will stack some $2 bills in my presence, and particularly if I go to New York City or someplace like that, I'll have a pocket full of them just to give to the beggars that come to me, and it just gives me a chance to have a conversation with them, talk to them, find out what they're about, look them in the eye and tell them I really care that you're alive and that you matter. And I don't always do it with the intersection people, but sometimes I do, and just use those $2 bills to remind them of stuff. So one day we gave one of these to this beggar that was on the corner of an off-ramp in Indianapolis, and the light was still red, and I thought like I'd been kind and all that, and within about 10 seconds she figured out it's a $2 bill, and like evil was coming out of her eyes, and she said, these are unlucky, and she threw it back in the car window, and I laughed about it. And so Connie, while I was driving, had to Google why her $2 bills unlucky, and I think some of it ties back to that there used to be a thing called a $2 whore, and that evidently is how they paid for them, and there are a variety of other opinions why $2 bills are lucky. But the solution, if you would ever get a $2 bill, to their unluckiness, evidently from our researching, is if you just tear a corner off of your $2 bill, it's no longer unlucky. And so that's a long lead in to the story. The story is this: when we were in the RV waiting on it to get repaired the other day, we have things in the RV we give to people who bless us along the way, just as a way to bless them back. And so I stacked up a baseball hat, deck of playing cards, and 5 $2 bills for the mechanic that was working on our RV. And I did the exact same thing for his son that was with him, and laid him down close to the RV. And then the sun was moving, so the shade that we were sitting in our lawn chairs pushed us farther and farther away from the RV. And then a few moments later, our mechanic came up and started talking to us and had my attention, and out of my peripheral vision I noticed this little kid went running past, and as he was running I noticed the hats and the playing cards were dropping to the ground, and so I immediately had an inclination that he had just absconded with $20, which isn't the end of the world, but it was kind of a heartbreaking thing because this little boy, I don't know how old he was really beginning a pattern of activities that wouldn't help him along the way. And then it struck me that he wasn't going to be able to fence that money because $2 bills aren't common. So then his dad called the gas station to find out if anybody had been missing any money, and the attendant there came out and talked to me. I said, "Yeah, somebody stole some $2 bills from me." And she goes, "Well, he wants to talk to you." And I said, "Nah, I don't need to talk to him." And she said, "Well, he wants at least your address so he can mail you the money back." And I'm like, "All right." I gave him one of my business cards, and then she came back with his phone number, and then probably a hour or so later, the Spirit of God just suggests I call the dad and tell him it's okay. And so I called the dad and told him that it's okay, and that we use the $2 bills to bless people, not to curse them. And since his son had made a bad decision, why don't he take those $20 bills, and when his son makes better decisions on things in the future, just dole them out one at a time, and so that the $2 bills, instead of being a curse to this young man, could be a blessing. And so that's just an example of the love of God working out there, and how we can reprocess things as they come our way. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'm thankful for you, and I'll see you soon.